everyone, welcome back. We are finally live again, and today's UI is special. In fact, it's so special I'm not really sure why I agreed to do this, because as the world knows, I am a person prone to nightmares, and this is the site of nightmares, which is really not a point I'd like to present in a smiling tone. Anyways, that aside, today we're designing by far one of the scariest sites of my life, and I'm seriously hoping this turns out well, because this is what it is going to be scary, so you have to sit around for the whole horror show. With that said, let's just see what we're designing today. This one is going to be a mix of spooky and awesome web design. So this is the whole package, honestly. Check it out, you guys. Super cool animations while the slider itself circulates. Awesome luxurious site. Feels like this would honestly be a site that would belong to any luxurious site, and I would believe you. This is really useful in circumstances such as landing pages for games or anywhere where you're presenting some new characters into the scene, and this is just perfect for those storylines. Also, it is plenty scary, and if you're not believing me yet, if you don't believe this is just scary, check out her face. Like, I'm going to zoom in and I'm going to show you why I'm already telling everyone on the internet I'm going to get nightmares for the next 2 days. Check it out. If you zoom into her face, this is the scariest thing I've ever seen, and this is the scariest thing you've ever seen, and every single face is worse than the next, because I can't say this is going to get any better. Like, check out her face. Why would this be something I'd bring into Figma? But at the end of the day, we're UI designers. We will design anything and everything, even this weird looking thin sickly witch, which is exactly what we're doing today. So let's just begin. Let's go. Come on. This is scary. This is honestly terrifying stuff. Check out her face. How am I supposed to zoom in and look at that face and promise to the world I'm not going to have nightmares tomorrow? How am I supposed to do that? Let's just get a few people in and let's just get started. Today's UI is going to be scary, and it's going to be luxurious, and it's going to be the perfect UI design to add to your portfolio, because this is the stuff that will make people want to see, and it will make people want to not see, and make people want to see all over again. Sam says, can it be my portfolio? Sam, for sure. We'll just add your little cat face and that can be the portfolio. Like, check it out. This is genuinely an unnerving face. This is the stuff I leave zoomed into Figma, and then this is why I get nightmares all night long. This is exactly the reason why. Alright, with that said, let us begin this scary journey. If you don't yet have Figma installed, what are you doing? This witch named Amaris Vexa will curse you, I can guarantee that. Let's get into it. This is going to be fun and scary, because if the world did not yet know, I get a lot of nightmares personally, but I'm putting that aside for you, so you have to subscribe today if you haven't yet. If you have, like this video, because come on, I'm putting myself through nightmares for you over here. This is horrible. Did you notice this weird animation? I feel like this is amazing, and it's going to be an amazing video on prototyping itself. Atul says that start, let's go. Alright, the very first thing you have to do is open up a new Figma file. Once you've done that, go to the frames and open up a MacBook Pro 14, because that's just where we start from. Today, I feel like this is the image that we're working with. I'm just going to copy this image right now, but you can get all of these images for free on the Discord group, link in the description. Let's just paste this image right here. You can get it, download it wherever you download your assets from, and this is going to be a little bit tricky when we go to the background. So let's just begin. The first thing you need to take care of in a site like this is the background, because this is not one plain color. This is a radial gradient which is slightly offset to the left, radiating exactly out of the place where this witch is standing. So this is a little bit complicated, and beginners don't usually understand it out of nowhere. So this is going to be a lot of context. Let's just start building the background first. Alright, so for any single image, no matter if it's a witch or if it's a puppy, you always have to make sure the colors are coming from inside of the image. So this color is just the eyedropper tool, choosing any random color from the dress, and you can't go wrong with color schemes there ever. And now that I have a background color, it can be any dark shade. I'm just going to go over here to the gradients, and then I'm going to choose a radial gradient. This is really careful. Watch the next step. We're going to select this cursor, drag it inside, select the other cursor, drag it inside, and when these are in a straight line, align, they're going to just align themselves automatically. We're going to bring this up over here, and now you're going to zoom out. So when you zoom out, you're going to see this little white dot. You're supposed to bring this point closer in. This will make your gradient thinner, and we want it to be as thin as the character itself. So this is like a thin character. We're going to thin it out. And let's just adjust it to where the aura itself comes out of the face. If you guys have any questions, leave them in the chat. And with that said, let's just begin. All right, the next thing you're going to do is you're going to flip this gradient, because we want a light, brightness coming out from behind the character, and there's supposed to be a dark background. So that's just the theme that we're going for. And once you're set with that, now you can make the internal brightness or the color inside even brighter. Just make sure it has some relation to the color of the dress of the character itself. And once that is done, you're going to adjust any background shade you want. You can even reduce the positioning of this itself, and it'll just give you a whole bunch of different ways you can position the aura. But with that said, the first step is done, and now we can all take a moment to stare into the eyes of the horrifying character, which will give both you and me the same exact nightmare, our souls being shredded apart by this majestic witch. Someone is saying, where are the assets on Discord? Are there really not assets on Discord? I think I posted them. Well, if I haven't, I will have to do that. Should I? Or should I not? Let's just... Why are the assets not present on Discord? I think somebody forgot about them. You know what? We're going to solve that problem right here. Wow. No. Wait a minute. You can now see that the witches are casting a spell to my brain. I think I posted the assets. I'm trying to remedy that issue. If you can't yet find it, we'll just solve that issue as soon as this live is done. So can you just follow along to this live once again if you can? Just because I feel like that'll just disrupt the flow of the live stream itself. Anyways, with that said, witchy woo aside, let's get into the UI once again. The font choices for today are Frances and Epilogue, which are very, very unconventional. The font that we're using right now is Frances. Let's just copy this guy, and we're going to go down here and we're going to paste this font right. Oops. Why did I do that? We're just going to type out the name of the character, which is Amaris Wexa for some reason. You guys can send in your own names, and I'll happily write those names for you. I can even write my own name if you want to. I'm just that crazy for views now. Look at me. All YouTuber. No UI designer. Anyways, we're going to type out any name, and this is just your plain name. Now, the good thing with the gradient that we've done is, the thing to note over here is, any time you put a plain white color on this gradient, no matter what font you're going with, you're always going to end up with something that looks really, really nice. That is the magic of the background gradient that we're working with. Sam said, sorry, wow, I can't speak now. Look at the witch, and look at what it has done to me. Sam says, should I add things I copy from the internet on practice, or should I keep things original to my portfolio? You can do either. All of these assets are available after the live stream on the Discord group. If someone is having issues getting it from there, I'll just make sure we're posting them, because I think we've already posted them. So I'll just make sure you can find the assets, but you can just do your own characters, or you can do the same. I mean, there is a slight issue of live streams like this. When they cross a certain amount of views, the people who are checking or getting your portfolio might have seen them already. So I would recommend using your own images, but even if you use the same images, I have no issues with that. None at all. Anyways, back to the point. We're going to type out the name of the character, Amaris Wexa, and we're going to change the font to say Frances. Once that is done, we're going to make sure the font thickness is set to black italic. And now we have, at font size 128, the name of the character ready. We also want to make sure this character is as highlighted as possible. So we're doing something fun today. We're going to create a simple rectangle, very, very simple stuff. Bring this in the background. Double click, oops, wow, lock this image, otherwise it's just going to stump you. Double click this image, select both of these points, and now you're going to make sure the border radius is set to completely rounded off. Check this out. This is now a circular rectangle in the background, and this is going to do such a good job to highlight the thing that we're building. So that we're going to change the color into one of the colors of the character itself, and then add a stroke. This is really important. Always add a stroke, otherwise it's going to look freaky. It's freaky any which ways. This is a freaky character, come on. And now with a stroke of 10 pixels on the outside, check this out. This is now a scary character getting the right recognition. And now we'll once again take a moment to stare into her eyes so that we and you can get the same exact nightmare together. This is the important part. This is the important part. Don't miss it. Anyways, with that done, feel free to pause the video. Anyway, with that done, you're going to type this text out or type out any little description. I'm just going to copy the text because if I type this text out now, everyone will just fall asleep and then she'll haunt our dreams. So don't want that to happen. The way we're going to just do this is I'm just going to type out some text and then paste it here and match the style, and then I'm going to show you how to change the text. So the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to change this to say font epilogue. And then we're going to reduce the thickness to a semi-bold. And then we're going to bring the font size down to a 22. And then we're going to make sure the semi-bold is set to semi-bold italic. Once that is done, semi-bold italic, once that is done, we're going to get a shade that's very, very bright, but on the same hue compared to the background. So the hue for this image, for this UI in itself is purple. Every single color that we're using here is either directly purple or a variation of it. So we're just going to get a very, very bright shade of purple to contrast on top of the dark background. So we're just going to get a really, really bright, really, really pretty shade of purple. You can go a little bit to the right or the left, but it has to remain in the zone of purple. And with that done, we're going to change the thickness to bold italic because that just looks a little bit better. We have successfully created the subheading as well. Sam says do a video designing portfolios. The video is called, I've already done that video. It's called, wow, what can someone just send that video and link in the chat? It's called portfolio UI design, maybe my name at the end of it, and we've designed a perfect portfolio. It's from day 5 of the UI design challenge. 100 days of portfolio challenge. Wow, I can't remember anything today, you guys. This weird witch has cast a spell, and you have to believe me when I say it because I'm already forgetting stuff. This is turning out to be a horrible live stream. Why did I agree to do this? This is horrible. And then I'm just going to copy a lot of this text as well. You can put any text here you want. Go to ChatGPT, tell it to give you some random text for a random witch, and that's exactly what I've done. So you'll end up with a weird ass name and description as well. And now we're just going to paste it here and match. Wow, I didn't copy the text. Can anyone see the spooky and haunty things that are happening today? Is anyone seeing this, or am I imagining stuff again? All right, we're going to make sure the font weight is set to medium and the font color is set to white. And then we're just going to align this perfectly over here. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to design the call to action button. Go to the bottom of the text and we're going to type out explore more, because who doesn't want to explore a haunted witch's surroundings? We're going to right click and frame the selection. I'm so horrified by what my reaction to this video is going to be 10 years in the future. This is definitely freaky. This is definitely weird, even for me. And then we're going to add a stroke and add a padding to this. And now here's the trick. To make sure all of the colors inside of your UI are tied into the frame that we're working with, we're going to make sure the strokes color is exactly the same as this description color. Doesn't matter which color, as long as they're the same, it will look really, really, really good. So that's just the trick that we're working with here. And of course, you can change the font weight to bold, and that's just going to make it pop a little bit more as well. If you make sure the font stroke is set to inside, then everything is just going to align perfectly. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is a lot of the stuff that we're working with. Next, we're just going to get a couple of these different characters and sort of spread them across over here. And of course, if you want to make sure, I think we can still adjust the radial gradient to be whatever shade we want. So let's just change this to a really, really dark shade of purple, because the darker you go, the better it ends up looking. Check it out. And you can obviously shift this as much as you want to, but at the end of the day, this looks like a really, really good UI. And once we add a couple of details, we'll just be off. The next thing we need to do is obviously add a menu bar, because this is a website component and any navigation or menu bar is always welcome. We're going to change the width to be 4, change the font color to be white, and change the ends of the line to be rounded. And then we're just going to copy this and we're going to paste it once again. And now we have two different lines, and we're going to press shift and select them both, Control G to group them together. And now you can just change its weight and width and positioning and everything else you need to. So check this out. We've done a really, really good job at the navigation bar as well. Before we get into the next couple of things that we're supposed to do, which is basically get all of these witches with us, let's all collectively take a moment to stare into the eyes of the witch once again. I'm sorry if this joke is getting old, but here we are. All right, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to select this guy and then select this image as well, ungroup it, select them both, group them together, copy and paste them again. And we're sort of selecting this, we're selecting this, copying and pasting it, making it smaller, and every single thing that we do from now on is going to be a version of this. So we're just going to copy and paste it 4 different times, but let's just copy and paste it 4 different times. That's just simple as that. And now we're just going to select all of this, reduce the thickness, bring this down here, and check it out, you guys. We have successfully created the explore bar for all of the different images. Let's just bring this out here. And the next thing we're going to do is obviously get a different witch for each of these. So you can get all of these from the Discord group. I still believe it's available on the Discord group. If you can't find it, leave a message right here in the chat, because that is concerning to me. Make sure to set this image option to fit. I'm pretty sure people can find this. Just can someone ease my worries? Just let me know we have these witches in the chat, because if they've escaped again, I'll have to call the magician, and that'll be another whole phone call. Is anyone laughing at these jokes, or am I just making them for myself? I'm not even sure at this point. Make sure to set this image width to fit. Bring these images over here. You can just download these for free off of our Discord group. And we're going to select this image, upload them from the computer, get another one of these scary images. Doesn't matter which order you use these images at, they're still going to be scary. They're still going to give you nightmares. That is my promise to you. Again, before I go any further, if anyone wants, for one specific occasion only, I'll put the name of your enemy right here on this title, and then that can be a thing of its own. If you could just leave the name of your enemy or leave my name. Please don't leave my name, though. I don't want my name to be next to this. But if you do, I'll still do it. If you do, I'll still do it. I'm that view hungry. Look at me being a YouTuber. This is horrible. We're going to make sure the background color of the group's rectangle is set to a color that is directly similar to a color of the witch. So we're just going to make sure this is green, just like the witch, just so it brings out the colors over here. And we're going to just do this a couple of times once again. Atul says, not really, I enjoyed the jokes. Thank you so much. Could anyone now leave the name of your enemy? I will take the name of your enemy. I will. Trust me, this is going to be good, and this is going to be a UI design joke. But if you're afraid of leaving that, Atul has left the name of an enemy. I don't know if I want to. What? Before I do that, can you leave why you're so mad at this person who is an internet celebrity, by the way? Why? Because I don't want. Atul has left me. For anyone who's watching in the chat, Atul has left me in a weird position now, because this is just really not a clip I want clipped. Check it out. We've got all of these Ludo pieces. And with that done, Atul, could you leave why you're so mad at this person? Because this is a famous internet personality for those of you watching. If you're watching this later on, you can find it in the live streams. All of these text boxes are outside, and we're going to bring them back inside. And with that, we have created our very, very first spooky, weird UI. I will take the names of your enemies. I am a little bit scared. Atul says, Fukra Insan, not the enemy, but just for fun. You know what? I believe in fun, and I'll do it. Please, someone don't make this clip a whole thing of its own. Even if you do, I'll still get the views. I'll take it at this point. I'm going off the spelling that I've already been provided. Fukra Insan, wow, please don't hate me if you're seeing this. Although I doubt he'll ever see this. But if he does, please don't hate me. I'm doing this for fun. As a YouTuber, you should understand the meaning of fun. Wow. Look at me. Fell so deep so quickly. This is horrible. If I ever get into trouble because of this, I will make that into a vlog. I will. Because I can't just let you off the hook like that. Anyways, with that said, now we're just going to rapid fire through changing all of these UIs, all of these different UI variations, and that's going to be a prototyping short lesson, if that makes sense. So we're just going to go over here, select the different image that we're using. Let's just get this green weird witch, change the object fit to fit, image fit to fit, change this green to a green from the color palette, and then we're going to change the radial gradient. This is the tricky part for all of these, because you don't know which radial gradient is going to work for which UI. Sometimes you don't see which color is going to work coming, and so we're just going to change one of these back over here. Check it out. This actually looks pretty scary. And now we're just going to select this UI, select the bright shade of purple that we've been working with, just to get our color palette sorted, which is going to select a shade of green that works in this context. Check it out. This already looks super weird and bad and terrible and scary, which is not necessarily a bad thing for this UI. I'm accepting from now on the names of your enemies for this green witch. Come on, leave me another name so I can get in trouble with more celebrities online. I'm just picking Twitter battles now. That's where I'm at. This is horrible. Until that happens, I'm just going to copy the real name. You can pause the video, type out the real name if you want to, but my typing makes people leave the live stream, which is why I'm not doing it. I'm just going to paste it here, match style, same exact styling. I will take the names of your enemies. Please leave the names of your enemies now. While that is happening, let's change all of this other text back as well. So the next text is step into the emerald shadows of Sylvia Brooke. Let's just go over here and paste it here and match styles. The next thing we're going to do is copy this text and paste it here and match styles. Atul Kumar says, and rotate. You know what? He's a misogynist, so I have to do this now. Although this witch is a woman, so that is a nice turn of events. And rotate. I'm not the biggest fan either. I mean, I get the whole hustle culture and everything, but I'm a hardworking person. Don't get me wrong. But if you're going to hate women, then women are going to hate you. That's just the way it works. This is one I agree with. This is one I'll agree with. Again, all of these three witches, the gold, blue, and red witches are still taking names. So if you have the names of your enemies, please leave them in my chat, and I will consider them for the next UI. Please leave your enemy names in the chat. Please. I'm a person who takes naming your enemies very seriously. That's just one of the things about one of my personalities. This is amazing. Wow, what did I just lock? I feel like I wanted to lock this image, but I just locked everything. This is, if anyone wants to know, because I'm just giving too much information out at this point, I once, before the major show that went out of stream in India, which I'm pretty sure everyone knows the controversy about. I'm just scaling this image down, by the way. So there is a popular show in India which recently went down for a bad something that was said, which I will not repeat ever on my channel. Before that show went down, back in the day when it was actually going mega viral, we did one other witch live stream, and you can find it on the channel, and someone gave the name of the showrunners of that show, and that was also a pretty funny thing to watch. So that's another thing I know. I'm not going to name the show on here, but if you guys want to leave that in the stream, please feel free to do so. Is this the correct image? Yes, it is. I want to lock this now. So then we can just select whatever is in the background. I feel like we logged whatever is in the background, which is horrible. This is in the background and we want to delete it. And with that, we have this one weird blue witch in the background. I just want to make sure we're selecting the right thing. Yes, we are. Let's just get rid of this image in the background. Wow, I can't find it. Where did you go? Witches are disappearing already. This is what happens when you do witchcraft on a Sunday evening. Take lessons from me. Don't do witchcraft. It's horrible. You only realize what happens after you've sold your soul to the devil. Wow. This is new lengths of unseriousness for this channel. Atul says, the escape room, are you talking about? No, in fact, the one that came before the escape room, that is the one I'm talking about. The one that was just recently in controversy. I will leave it at that. Anyways, this is Andrew Tate, because of course we hate Andrew Tate for some reason. We've changed the text, which is good, and now we're going to create other variations of this as well. But before we do, I want to point out the cycle with which these images are circulating in this slider. So the way this is working is, this purple witch was in the front casting spells, and then in the queue itself it went to the back. So when we changed from this UI to this UI, the image that was at the very end of the line came first, and this image went to the back, and all of these shifted by one place. So this is just very, very natural progression, and because this is happening, this is the reason this check this animation out, you guys. This smooth animation works where this which is going to shift by one position every single time we click on it. Atul has now given the name of another show, which is actually correct, and that's all I will say. I want to stay away from that kind of stuff. Just stay away from controversy altogether. Although that does not seem to be what I'm doing today. I've already named 2 famous internet personalities as the witches of my stream. I still don't know what the repercussions for this are going to be, but being the overthinker that I am, I certainly hope they're not as bad as I'm imagining. Although I'm out here at 9:30 p.m. designing a UI about witches, so how bad does it get? Check out this magical Miss World beauty contestant. This is the stuff that gives me nightmares, and now I've given that gift to you. My 2 great gifts, the ability to give nightmares and also designing UIs. That's secondary, by the way. That's just my second job. No one really knows why. And now we're just changing these colors into really, really simple shapes. Could anyone give me the name of their next enemy, please? This is going to be the next enemy. We can't do 2 Fukra Insans. Come on, give me the name of your next enemy. Maybe something international, like Andrew Tate. That was fun. That was fun for some reason. I didn't even know I hated Andrew Tate that much. I don't really hate people. I don't go around hating people, but sometimes when you give me the right name, I'll be coerced. I'll not put up a fight, really. With that said, we're just trying to balance these colors out. Again, the thing with gold is you can never really get it right until you've gotten all the colors in the box. So until you change this purple or green, whatever color you already have, to gold, this will not start making sense. So you need to change every single element for this radial gradient to make sense. And this has happened to me more than once. So once you change all of the colors, I feel like that's when things are going to be simpler to look at, easier to look at. Please send me the names of your next enemies so that we can add them over here. Come on, you guys. Send me the name of your personal enemies and then maybe send them this video. That would be fun. Would it not? That would be really fun. I want to put the name of my own enemy, but I don't think I have any. I'm just going to copy the text right now and just paste it right here. But wow, Atul Kumar does not hesitate. This is amazing. I'm going to announce the name in a grand fashion, but I feel like there's a common theme. Fukra Insan to the next character that you're talking about, I feel like all of these have a common theme. So the next enemy that we're working with is apparently Badshah. I don't know why I'm saying yes to this. You do realize I could be burning a lot of bridges as we speak. If this clip ever comes out again, I think I'll leave a bad reputation, but you know what? We're doing this today, so I'm just committed to the plan altogether. The next thing we're going to do is just circulate these by one more point. So we're going to make sure this sort of goes over here, and then and then select the both of these, the blue and the red one, and we're going to make sure they're taking center stage. Once that is done, we're going to lock them together, and then everything that's left in the background, these two UIs, we're going to get rid of them. The next thing we're doing is we're going to get a purple image, the purple image and the purple image, because that's what's next. Bring it over here, make sure we have equal spacing. And then lastly, we're going to get the green image, because last time we had this green witch at the front, and now she's going to go at the back of the queue. This is just first in, last out, philo order for circulating different cues of anything at all. With that said, we have Badshah with us. This just feels wrong. This feels wrong. If any of these people are watching this, this feels wrong. Other than Andrew Tate. Andrew, I hate you. Wow, was that too much? If it was, I'll be cutting this out of the stream now. Next. We're going to do the next color, which is what? Which is blue. Please send me the name of your next enemy, certainly hoping that it fits with the blue theme. I'm going to upload the blue witch's image now. Please send me the name of your enemies now. I will be accepting the names of your enemies. So far, we've done Fukra Insan for some reason, Andrew Tate because he doesn't like women, which I don't like very much considering I am a woman. This next one is Badshah for some reason, which is completely opposite to the character and personality of Badshah, but I'm just committed to this stream to a crazy amount. I will now take the names of your enemies who look like this. If you don't have enemies that look like this, you can send my name as well. I promise not to take offense, although I might hate you later, so that's something you might want to remember. Let's select this, change the radial gradient color. Can you imagine what would happen if any one of these people is actually watching this stream? I'm not even sure what would happen, but I do want to find out. So that's shooting myself in the foot. What new name nightmare do we have now? Monaj Mishra. Have you spelled that thing correctly? I don't know who that is. I'm certainly hoping that's someone you've spelled correctly. Can you just confirm, Atul, if you've given the name of your next enemy correctly? I don't want to get the names of enemies wrong because come on. We get to do this once. This is going to be a really bright shade, the exact one we've been using over here. And then we're going to change this blue, this green to blue. Going to the background, change it to blue. Check it out. This looks super duper elegant. In fact, you can change the color of these blues to a brighter shade just because we want sort of more exposure over here. Let's just bring this up to 40cc/ff. Monaj Mishra. Is that an internet personality? Is that someone famous? Should I know who that is? Or is that your personal enemy? Because I'm fine with either. I'm really fine with either. Monaj Mishra. You know what? I'm really committed. Whoever you are, actor from Odisha, Monaj Mishra, whoever you are, I'm sorry I don't know anything about you, but I am really committed to this stream. And so I'm just going to do Monaj Mishra now. Why? Why did I commit to this stream? This is turning out to be horrible. Why did I ever commit to this stream? This is horrible. So terrible. Let's paste it here and match styles and just copy some text again. You can pause this video, type this text out, enter it over here. An actor from Odisha. I don't know who that is. Monaj Mishra. But for us in this UI, in this live stream, this is Monaj Mishra now, not relating to the real person at all. And again, this is Andrew Tate, not relating to the real person at all. This is Badshah, not relating to the real person at all. I don't know how to justify this to myself. This is just turning out to be one of those streams. Come on. Next, we're designing the red, the bloodiest, the ugliest of witches. Please send me the name of the ugliest enemy, the person you hate the most, the person you would want to see as this because this is what you see them as and this is what you want the world to see them as. As I'm saying this, I'm realizing I might be the devil because I'm just talking in a whole bunch of random talk now, but it is what it is. Come on, you guys. Can someone else give me the name of their own great enemy or just my own name because today I'm at a day where I'm not taking offenses. Can someone please do that? Give me the name of your greatest enemy. This is the last witch we're working with. And she honestly looks bloody and horrible. Come on, this is the stuff that gives people nightmares. This is the face they pasted in the back of Annabelle and stuff, and this is what scared us in the weird ghost scares. Speaking of Annabelle, I've heard the story, but I've not ever seen Annabelle. Should I? I don't think I should. I am a person who gets nightmares, and this is the scariest thing I'll do in my life, I think, this stream. Actually, I don't know what I'll do tomorrow, but other than that, we're going to change this color to a really, really bright shade of red. We're going to bring this red down, change it with the maroon that we've been working with over here. Wow, we changed this blue as well. I feel like we'll just change this color. Where are you, rectangle? Select it. Go back, select this red. Atul finally has given us the name. The name, you guys. I hate you. Do you know I started getting hate comments recently? Wow, my name is too long. If you have really long names for the people you hate, you can always make the font size smaller. Did you know I started getting hate comments? And the day I got my first hate comment, I was like, wow, I've cracked it. I've finally done it. This is awesome. I finally got a couple of hate comments the other day, and I was so happy, because you are not successful until the day you've gotten hate comments. And do you want to know the good part about the hate comments? Every single hate comment I've ever gotten, including ones from people who might be watching this stream later, is only about things not related to UI design or UX design. Every single hate comment that I've gotten on this channel has either been the way I look, the way my face is, or any of the other things that are related to these streams and these videos, which is really, really good news for us, because the people who are hating us have done everything they could to find flaws, and the only thing they could hate is the stuff that I'm not putting myself over here for. The stuff that I'm putting myself over here for, UI UX design every single day, 9 p.m. Indian Standard Time or 3:30 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time, they couldn't find flaws in it. This is amazing. A hard-working YouTuber, someone has written. You know what? I am really committed to this idea. I will just write a hard-working... Don't call me a YouTuber. That's just demeaning now. Let's do UI UX designer. That's more the stuff. Should I do hard-working UI UX designer or hard-working YouTuber? I'll do both. I'm just at crazy mode now. This is me leaving my signature with hate. That's my part, you guys. I was thinking of writing with love, but then I realized, what is the point of doing a crazy stream if you can't do with hate on your own name? With that said, let's just change out these images and we will be done. Wow, I have not switched out these images for this UI either, have I? Anyways, once this image was done, we were now needing to put red first. So we're just going to put this over here. Lock this image, obviously. Select the image in the background. Get rid of it. Next thing that we were working with is obviously purple, because that comes back in again. We're going to bring this over here, and if anyone could leave me the name of their enemies, I will still change names if you would want me to. This is just up for audience vote completely. Wow. Do you see the switch? Do you see her face? I promise you, you'll get a nightmare today, and I promise you it'll be because you're watching this stream today. That's my gift to you, because I'm tired of giving you people good gifts. I'm just going to give you a horrible one now. So these are the witches who will give us nightmares, because we are hardworking UI designers. This is amazing. Wow. Let's just change all of these, and I feel like the reason this tutorial is going to be extremely useful is because we've not really talked about before. So we're going to go into really, really good lengths with prototyping. Let's just select whatever is happening in the background, get rid of it, and just do one more circulation of this. I'm hoping to put this over here, go into the background. Where did you go, background? Get rid of it. Wow. Just deleted what I needed to not delete. Let's select this guy, remove it completely, get the green and the gold. Wow, where did the green and the gold go? This is awesome. Everything is locked, and I don't know how to unlock it. I promise you, you'll get a nightmare today, and I promise you it'll be because you watched this stream. Even if you don't, I will get a nightmare today, and I'm still doing this stream. So can you just like this video, because I will get a nightmare today? Can you just do that? Can you all please just like this video, because I promise you I'm getting a nightmare, and in my next community post I'll tell you what it's about. Either it's this witch or it's this one. Which one it is, I'll leave it in the community tab section for this UI. So I promise you I'm getting a nightmare today. I'm just not sure which this nightmare is going to be about. So just leave a like in the chat. Leave a like, or just generally leave a like. Look at me being a YouTuber, hardworking UI UX designer and YouTuber with hate. And let's read my description as if this was my description for a moment. Uncover the secrets of arcane lore. That's about me. Explore the spectral energies that pulse through everyday shadow, and let the eerie allure of, I'm going to change that name to mine, because this is entirely mine now, Veera's enchanted domain transform your perception of reality. Dare to journey beyond the veil. Embrace the darkness. This is so cryptic and this is so horrible. This is better than the hate comments I've gotten on this channel. Wow. Wow, this is amazing. This is horrible. And I love it. Anyways, now we're on to the prototyping. So if you've just made it right here, congratulations. This is the best part. The thing you need to make sure over here is every single group needs to have the same name. So we're just going to call this purple now. All of these purple witches need to have the same exact group name, which is purple, because if they don't, then you're going to not be able to prototype the animations the way you need to. Ravi says, thank you so much, Ravi. I promise you, both you and I will get the same exact nightmare of the same exact witch today. And when you do, say hi to the witch for me, as I will say hi to the witch for you. I'm not even sure if my jokes are making any sense now, but that might be because of too much exposure to witch. That's just exactly what's happening. If I went to a doctor today and I asked them what's wrong with me, they'd say too much exposure to witch, because I designed this UI today, bringing this on the live stream today. Wow. Look at me. Too much exposure to the witch. Let's change this to say green. Copy it, bring this over here, change the group name to say green. Go over here, change this name to say green once again. Go over here, change this name to say green once again. And for the last time, surprise, surprise, we're going to change this name to say purple. No, I'm kidding. It's still green. We're going to change this name to say gold. And then we're going to change this name to say gold again. Do not go anywhere. This is the best part coming up right now. I promise you, you'll be surprised by how good the prototype looks, just because we've made sure all of our naming conventions work. Because if they don't, that's a different problem on its own. With that done, I feel like we're super duper close to getting this done. If you leave this stream, I promise you, all of these witches will haunt your nightmares at this point, because we've been building up to this location. Leaving now would be cruel, because leaving now would just be sad. Come on, just stick around. I promise this seems boring, and it is boring, if I'm being honest, but it'll work out in the end. This was going to be an amazing animation queue, because you can actually not get this level of animation to work if you're seeing what's happening at the bottom if you don't have the right names. And I just forgot what items I named. We named gold, we named blue, we named green, we named purple. We just need to name this red. I want to name this red, but I'm going to name this Veera, just because I'm that self-obsessed. I seriously hope I'm not, because if I am, that's another sad story. But with that said, let's just rename this. Instead of red, I'm just going to rename them Veera. I could also leave your name if you want. Just volunteer for it in the chat. I won't say no. I'll still change any of these UIs to your name if you want to, but I doubt anyone would be willing to volunteer for this. With that done, now we have renamed all of these correctly. Fukra Insan, Andrew Tate, Badshah, Monaj Mishra, and myself, yours truly. Now we're going to go to the prototype section. The most important stuff happens now. Add an interaction. Make sure not on this whole screen. Sorry. Select the first thing. Add an interaction. Just drag this over here. Make sure the trigger is on click. Action is navigate to. Destination is this MacBook. Animation happens in Smart Animate. Curve is quick. That's just it. This is the important part. This is the stuff we've been building up to. And now I'm going to show you the super fast trick for prototyping. Press shift on your keyboard, then click on this, then click on this, then click on this. Every single green witch is now selected. And now you're just going to bring these over here automatically without pressing shift over here. And you're going to make sure all of these are the same exact settings. Smart Animate at quick. And then we're just going to repeat this over again. Press shift before selecting any of these. Select all of the gold UIs at once. Bring them over. And make sure all of these settings are the same. And then you're going to press shift once again, select all of these at once, and just make sure all of these are over here. This looks so awesome, by the way. I'm going to press all of the red Veeras now, because apparently that's where we're at, and bring them over to here. Make sure that all of these are the same exact settings. And lastly, don't forget to link the last screen to the first one. That's something people miss all the time. And it's a problem. Honestly, it's a problem. And ladies and gentlemen, this is the moment we've all been waiting for. Let's present this UI, see what we've cooked up. Let's hope it's hysterical or spooky. Honestly, I'm fine with either. Wait for it. Just wait for it. This is so fun. Check it out. Fukra Insan with us. This is the witch that I've been building this channel up for. This is amazing. The next time you animate any of these actually animate so well. Check out the animation over here. Every single time you click on one of these, the next one automatically flows. And once we're going to go to the next screen, this is going to go to the back. And if you wanted to skip your general chain, you could just skip to any of these witches in the middle, and the witch that's over here would pop out from right here. So this is just so smooth, so perfect, amazing as an animation feature. You can select any of these from the middle, popping out on your face. This is so amazing, you guys. If you haven't yet subscribed, what in the world are you doing? Go subscribe right now. I will see you in the next stream happening tomorrow, 9 p.m. Indian Standard Time or 3:30 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time. Oh, and by the way, if you're not yet aware of what user personas are, I've posted a crash course of that on the channel today. Don't miss it. Please give me views. I am greedy for views, as is this witch. I hope you have haunted dreams, because I will too. I'll see you tomorrow, and goodbye. Actually, you know what?